What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today gonna make a short little video, hopefully answer some of y'all's questions. I get asked this a lot, is how big of a battery can I fit in my BombMoto B1? Today I'm going to show you how I stuffed my Amorg 72 volt 36 amp hour into my B1, what I had to do, how I'm going to mount it. A lot of us are trying to stuff in a bigger motor, not so much a bigger motor, but a more powerful motor like the Socian FW11. And with that, we need to pump out a ton of amps to get that thing moving. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what I did to get that big old battery in there, answer some questions like, is the cover going to fit on? What are the dimensions? If I can fit the cover on, all that good stuff. So before I get into it, if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It's the best way to support the channel, and it's free. So let's get to 3K subs. I appreciate you big time. So let's get right into it. Excuse the messy garage. Got the B1 on the stand. Just wanted to show you guys this headlight real quick. Damn near like stock on this thing. We'll go over that here in a couple videos from now. But the question I get a lot is, how big of a battery can I fit in the BombMoto? Now this is going to pertain to the guys who want to do a motor swap and they need a ton of amps. Most of us are good with the stock motor and the B1 battery, which puts out 100 amps continuous, which is perfect for the stock motor. But there's a lot of crazy people out here that just want to go super fast and have a ton of power. So this is going to be more directed towards you guys. Now, like I said, I have a Amorg 72 volt 36 amp hour. We'll go over the measurements real quick. But first question I get asked is, can I stick a huge battery in and keep the side covers on? The best answer for that is no. At least it won't look super clean. So this one is, I believe we're 8.5 inch tall. We're 6 inches wide, and then 6 inches long, and the width is 8.75. So with it being 8.75, you can see it sticks out quite a bit. And this is evened up. And then on this side, so we have the cover on, kind of just hanging there. But as you can see, here's the hole, here's the hole. We are pretty far off. Now, you could just run some zip ties and, kind of run it like that. Come down here. We kind of do get close to this hole. You might be able to run a longer bolt. But the main issue we run into, let's go into here, is with the cover sticking out so far. You could probably get away with cutting this out and having this drop over just like so. And then again, zip tying it from here to here. This should sit down onto the hole. But you're going to end up with very large gaps all around. It's definitely not the end of the world. You get a little bit of splash protection if you're out playing in the water or something. But go ahead, take that off and show you. I guess so I was a little bit wider on this side right here, but yeah, it goes to show that with a wide battery, it's really not going to work out too great. Let's go ahead and take the plastics off. Another thing I want to mention is, if you're running a far driver, I don't even think a 72-300 is going to fit in this space. So you're gonna have to figure out some way to put it up under the seat, which the seat bars are super skinny. We barely have enough clearance for the Flipski 75-200 right here. And then you get something chunky like the 72-450. Yeah, we can't even fit that in sideways. So it does cause a problem if you're trying to run something like a 72-450 or a 680. So going to a vest controller would probably be your best option. Something like the jetpack kit from eForce, where you can probably stick it up under here. I've never had the jetpack kit in hand. It might be able to fit back here with the Flipski. But yeah, so running a tall battery does kind of become an issue running a controller somewhere, so you do have to get creative. So let's go ahead and go over what I had to do to stuff this in here. Again, let me go grab my measuring tape real quick. Now, first off, you can see I have the battery sitting at an angle. This is one of my, previous angle designs, so I do have to, fill in the gap, make a little bit taller one. So you will need to angle your battery. Of course, I will have these available, these wedge trays here. They just sit flat on top of the flat tray that is currently on the 2024 BombMotos. And you can have a nice flat surface for it to sit on. That way it's not just hanging in midair, and then hanging on by one corner right here. You will need to do something to kind of wedge this away from the tabs so your battery isn't digging into the tabs. Now you will see I do have a little gap right here on both sides. So like I said, I can wedge something in here to keep it off of the tabs, and we still got plenty of room. So let's go over the height. So as you can see, let's see if I can get in there. We are right about 8.5 inches right there. So 8.5 inches is definitely going to be your max. Otherwise, you're going to run into this top bar right here. And then I want to say, if you wanted to get your covers back on with minimal cutting of the top of the cover, now you might have to, cut a little bit off right here, depending on how tall your battery is. But if we could cut this battery down, I'd say about 1.5 inches on each side. And let's say we are at, go ahead and measure this real quick. So we're at 8 3/4. And let's see if we go right. Yeah, if we cut about 1 inch on each side, let's say about 7 inches, maybe right under 7 inches, and stuff it in here just like so. So we got the same height, we got the same length, but we're going to be 7 inches wide. We will probably be able to cover the tabs pretty good. But otherwise, I really didn't need to do anything to get this battery to fit. Like I said, I just threw an angle tray in there. Obviously, I got to fill the gap and get it correct. And then also, I went ahead and flattened down the cooling fins. I didn't cut them off. More material, the better. Again, you'll be most likely swapping the motor. If you keep the B1 motor, like I said in previous videos, you lose warranty after 5 kilowatts. So if you go throwing, 10 kilowatts at this thing and it blows up, that's on you. Just saying. But yeah, so like I said, if you have something like the Soshin FW11, which has a smooth round surface and no cooling fins, you should be able to get away with that pretty good. I'm not too sure the diameter, but it might be a touch smaller, might be a touch wider. I'm not 100% sure. Hopefully I can get my hands on one here in the future and show you guys. But yeah, so again, like I said, wedge tray, flatten these down here a little bit. And then of course, I'll have to wedge this out of the way, keep that safe from the tabs cutting in, and of course strap her down, make sure we're good to go. If you look down in here, you can kind of see these holes right here. The B1 does include straps. That way they probably won't be long enough, being that they're meant for a B1 battery, but you could probably strap those down and be good to go. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to show you, again, this build, I'm probably going to have my B1 battery in here pretty soon, so I just need to wire up my controller, ignition, all that good stuff. And by the time I am done with that, I will already be swapped to my B1 battery, because I'm going to be running the stock motor with the B1 battery in this thing. But hopefully this will help clear up some answers. Again, we're running 6 wide, we're running 6 length. This is 8.5 tall, and then the width is 8.75 wide. And again, I'm assuming if you went, let's say 7 wide, 6 length and 8.5 tall. You might be able to get a pretty decent battery with some good cells in there to pump out a ton of amps. Now, if you guys are following the BombMoto group, you've probably seen Jordan Davis running a 72 volt 40 amp hour, which is just a little bit wider than the 36 amp hour right here. So it can be done, but again, do it at your own risk. Make sure you do it safe. Lock that battery down so none of the tabs are cutting into it. You know, you really got to pay attention to the details on this stuff. If you're interested in getting a wedge, of course, hit me up. Of course, I make other 3D prints. I'll give you a little sneak peek. I got a far driver mount with fan mounts. These are going to be for 50 millimeters. I also have them without the fan mounts. And then, of course, I will size these for 72-450 to 72-300. And then basically from 72-300 down, I believe they're all the same body, same size. So, of course, if you're interested in that, let me know. Of course, we have our Flipski 75-200 bracket. So if you want to grab one of these too, this is going to fit beautifully in the box back here with our phase wires coming up and under. I will be designing these with a fan mount as well, 50 millimeters, so you could stuff a fan under there if need be. Hopefully that answered a lot of your guys' questions. If you have any more, feel free to leave a comment down below and I will get back to you. But yeah, I'm going to get to building this B1 and hopefully have some running videos here for you guys shortly. Alright guys, see you in the next one. Peace.